everyone. Hey, thanks so very much for joining me today for this edition of Lunch Break with Shel. My name is Shel Anderson, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I can be found on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram under Stamp with Shel, on Pinterest under Shel Loves to Stamp. I do daily blog posts at shelscreativecorner.blogspot.com, and I can be reached anytime by email at andersonshel@gmail.com. All right, we are going to have a play with a brand new bundle that I just received called Cactus Cuties. And this is a fun little set, totally different for me, but this just spoke to me. I wanted it. So this is my first play with this bundle. The ink colors that we're going to be using today are Misty Moonlight, Old Olive, Garden Green, Evening Evergreen, Cinnamon Cider, Cajun Craze, and Soft Suede, as well, of course, as Memento Black. Our papers for today are basic white at 5 by 3 3/4, plus we need scraps. Garden green at 5 1/4 by 4, as well as 3 3/4 by 3 1/4. Night of Navy 7 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2, as well as 4 by 3 1/2. Pattern Party Designer Series paper 1 3/8 by 4 1/8. The Rainbow, what's that name? I can never remember it. Sunshine and Rainbow DSP 3 by 3 1/2, and a little scrap of Pale Papaya as well. All right, so we're going to get started putting our card together. First off, I'm bringing in my card base, and we are making a fun fold today, obviously. And to that, I am going to add a piece of Garden Green that is 1/4 inch smaller, and I'm going to add that to the inside of my card. Just try to match our borders all the way around. And then I'm going to do the same with a piece of basic white that is yet another 1/4 inch smaller. So we have a nice place to write our greeting. Pretty cool, right? All right, now we are going to work on the outside. I have a piece of Night of Navy, and I am going to layer on a piece of Garden Green. All right, we've got that. Oops, let's center it up. It's giving me a little bit of hard time here. I'm going to put on some more glue so I have a little bit of wiggle room here. See if I can get that matted better. That's better. And we'll give that a press. And then on this flap right here, I'm going to put this piece of the Pattern Party DSP. And if you look close, you'll see that that has Garden Green, Pool Party, Pale Papaya, and Night of Navy colors in it. So that's why I chose this particular piece of DSP, because it matched all the cardstocks that I'm going to be using. All right, that goes on there. Now this is going to go centered on here, and that white is going to border around there. So I'm only going to have a very little strip right here. So I am going to grab some sticky strip, if I can find it. I didn't get it out. Tear and tape, and we're going to run a piece of tear and tape right down this one edge. And I'm going right close to that edge, like so. All right, now I'm going to get a paper piercer and we're going to remove this paper backing. And then we're going to do our very best to center this up on this card. Let me see how I'm going to get this. Something to that effect. And then we'll give that a good press. All right, our card base is done. Now we have to work on stamping our image for this front panel. Now, my thought is we are going to stamp on this DSP to bring in that pool party. I don't know if it's going to work or not, so I have another piece here in white as backup. Like I said, this is my first time playing with this set, so we're going to learn together. So, my idea is that I'm going to create a background and then I'm going to punch out a plant to put in the foreground. That's my plan. Whether that's going to work or not, I don't know. We're just going to figure this out as we go. So I'm going to load up some blocks with these stamps, and we will figure it out as we go. So I've got 2 pots. I think 2 is about all I'm going to be able to get on there for a background. And I'm thinking that I probably want the larger ones in my background, I'm thinking. I may be wrong. We'll figure it out, like I said. All right, and this is another piece to that plant. All right, so we are going to get into some ink here. Oh, I need a greeting too. How about just, we'll leave the greeting till the end. Yeah. All right, so because this is photopolymer and has no cushion, I'm stamping on my mat. And I am going to stamp my plants. My first plant is going to be stamped in Evening Evergreen. And I think I should do the pot first. So let's do the pot in Cajun Craze. So we're just going to load up this stamp. And we are going to stamp this pot right here. Beautiful. All right, we're going to close up that ink so I don't get in the wrong one. And while we're at it, why don't we stamp another pot? Let's do this one in soft suede. And we'll use the rounded pot this time. Oh, I got some on the... Let's wipe that off or I'll have it on my DSP. All right, and we'll stamp this one right about there. Beautiful. 2 for 2. All right, close up the soft suede. And now, Evening Evergreen, I'm going to do this big one in Evening Evergreen. And hopefully I can get this lined up. And I think I went off the top of the page a little bit, but that's, oh, no, it fit. Look at that, just barely. We're good. Now I don't know whether I want my 2 back ones in Evening Evergreen or what. I'm going to take this sticker that just stuck to my stamp and stick it in there. That gives us an idea of what the color is when we have our pads open, right? All right, get the ink off our fingers. Let's go to Garden Green. No, let's go to Old Olive. Old Olive for this guy. So we'll load up this stamp and we will stamp this right here. Beautiful. Now we're going to load up this little guy and we're going to put some little bumps off the side of him. I'm going to do this one this way because I want to put another one here. There we go. That'll work. So now we have our background and I'm happy with that. So I'm going to bring the card back in and we are going to pop this right on here. And then we're going to work on stamping and punching out another cactus to put on this front panel. So we will just center this up like so and give that a little press. All right, so far so good. All right, now I want to do something weird. I'm telling you, I want to do something weird. I am going to stamp this little pot on in cinnamon cider. So I'll have that. All right. And then, actually I don't like that corner. Let's try that again. And I may have gone too close on that one. We'll figure it out. All right, we'll close up that ink. Now I want to try this one in 2 different colors. I want to try it in blue as well as in garden green. See which one I like better. I know this plant is not supposed to be blue, but I just want to try it. All right, let me clean that off. And then I'll stamp it again in, actually, I want to try this one more time in the blue. It's not quite as dark as I'd like it. Let's try it one more time. All right, I'm happy with that. All right, now let's grab some scissors. First off, cut that in half. And then we'll cut that up there. I'm going to flip that over and I'm going to use the other side to do garden green. And then we'll choose. We'll use whichever one we think is best for the outside, and the other one we're going to put on the inside of the card. So I am going to grab my punch, and first thing I'm going to do is I am going to, you see this little guy here? It's a little cactus flower. I'm going to punch a couple of those. And I'm going to use this piece here. We're going to have 2 of those little cactus flowers. And then I'm going to punch well, I actually chose one of the pots. Let me see, maybe I have it wrong. Oh yes, there we go. No, I actually chose a pot that doesn't have, oops, told you it was my first time. So we're going to fussy cut these pots because I actually chose a pot that is not on the punch. So that was not too cool. Like I said, it's my first go at this set, and I'm sure you're going to see much, much more of this. And these images are not difficult to fussy cut anyway. It's just going to take me a minute or 2 to cut out all 4 of these images. Yeah, this is not typically something that would catch my eye in the catalog, and I don't know why. I honestly don't, but I just had to have this bundle. It just spoke to me, so I thought, well, change is good because not everybody likes the same thing. So if I got something that sparks interest in you, that's great, but my taste is not always what other people's taste is, so it's good to be a little bit versatile. Alright, oh, I'm sorry, I'm off camera again. Alright, we're almost done here. And we'll have a look and see which one of these we want to put on the outside of our card. Alright, let's take that out of the picture and bring these back in. Now these little cactus flowers, I thought I'd put one there and one here just to dress it up a little bit. So I'm just going to put a little wee bit of Tombow, maybe, on the back side of this. And I'm just going to pop it in place. And the same thing with the other one. And I like that it matches the DSP that's right beside it. Now we have to make a decision. Do we want the green one, or do we want the blue one? And I think the blue one is going to win for me. I like the blue one because it is a contrast. I can get a little bit of adhesive there. Not on the flower or the plant, but and then we'll pop this on. like so. And then we're going to get some dimensionals, and we're going to give this a little lift. All right. Now we're going to need to use minis on the top part of this. Because we don't want them to show, but we want this to be secure. All right. Let's get all these little backings off. And we will attach, maybe, if I can get all the backings off. Good gravy, giving me grief. There we go. Oops, oops, oops. So that one is going to just sit there prettily in the middle. And then I'm going to open this up, and I'm just going to do the same thing, put a little bit of adhesive on here. Maybe we're at the end of this glue. Don't want too much, heavens. And then I'm going to flip it over and put, because this is the inside of the card, we're going to put it flat, glue it flat. Just down here in the corner. Isn't that pretty? Love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, now we don't have a grading on here. So let's have a look at our choices. Hope your day is on point, just a note, and hello. Well, I think I'm going to do just a note, and I'm going to grab some scrap and my mat, and I think I am going to use the Misty Moonlight for my greeting instead of the black. Alright, and because this is photopolymer, we need to pick it up, not put it on the block. And bam. Happy with that. Now, perhaps we'll trim this down and maybe flag the end. I just realized how hard that would be for you to see what I was doing white on white. I just cut up the center and then flagged the end. And I think I'm going to cut this off flush to start with. And I just need to know where I'm going to put it. You know what? I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to just make it straight. And I wonder if I have a little piece of Misty Moonlight. Just bear with me a second. I do. I'm going to glue this onto, give me a tape runner. That glue is driving me crazy. I'm going to glue this on here, like so, and then I'm going to trim this out so that there's a little tiny border on it. There we go. And I'm going to put that on there sideways. How's that for different? Alright, glue all over my table, and I'm just going to center that up between here and here and pop that in place. And there, my friends, is my first Cactus Cuties card. Isn't it cute? Love it. And I'm not going to put any additional embellishment on there. I don't think it needs it. It's kind of a very gender neutral card, and I kind of like that. And it can be used for many, many, many different occasions. All right, so that is the Cactus Cuties bundle. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope you like my card. And I hope to see you here again very, very soon. I'm here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at noon Central Standard Time. Bye-bye for now.